Hey there, future Vegas locals and curious onlookers. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on Sin City, and let me tell you, it's not all glitz and glamour. In fact, for some people, moving to Las Vegas turns out to be the biggest gamble than anything you'll find on the Strip. Stick around because in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to reveal the 8 things about living in Las Vegas that may just make you think twice about packing those bags. And trust me, number 5 is something nobody considers until it's too late. If we haven't met before, my name is Eric, and I'm here to help you with your real estate needs in Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, and Henderson. If you need help, please call, text, or email. My information is below, and we will work our butts off days, nights, and weekends to make sure you get all the help that you need. And if you find this information just a little bit useful, please consider supporting me by subscribing and liking this video. Whether you're dreaming of hitting the jackpot with a new life in Vegas or just a little curious about what goes on beyond the tourist traps, this video is your all-access pass to the real Las Vegas. So are you ready to find out if you're cut out for life in the desert's most dazzling oasis? Let's roll the dice and see what Vegas really has in store for you. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty, let's talk about why this video is so crucial. Moving to a new city is a massive life decision, and Las Vegas isn't just any city. It's a world unto itself. I've seen too many people arrive here with stars in their eyes only to leave a year later broke and disillusioned. This video isn't about crushing dreams. It's about preparing you for the reality. Whether you're considering a move or just a little curious, this inside info could save you time, money, and a whole lot of headache. So let's just go ahead and move into it. Point 1, the heat is on. Las Vegas weather. First up, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the weather. If you can't stand the heat, Las Vegas might just be your personal inferno. Summers here are no joke. We're talking about temperatures that regularly soar above 110 degrees for months on end. And forget about that dry heat crap. When it's 115 degrees, for my Canadian friends, if I have Canadian friends who are looking at this, 46 degrees C or so, trust me, you will feel every degree. Air conditioning isn't a luxury here, it's a lifeline. Your car becomes an oven, and simply walking to the mailbox can feel like trekking across the Sahara. Trust me, I've been there, like literally across the Sahara. It's hot. But it's not just about summer. Winters can catch newcomers off guard. While we don't get snow in the valley, temperatures can drop below freezing at night. The desert air doesn't hold heat, so you'll need a good jacket from November to about February or so. And let's not forget about the wind. Spring and fall bring dust storms that can turn a nice day into a scene from Mad Max in minutes. If you have any allergies or respiratory issues, these can be particularly challenging. The weather affects everything here, from your energy bills to your social life. Many locals become nocturnal in the summer, and outdoor activities often revolve around finding shade or water. If you're someone who wilts in the heat or craves 4 different seasons, Las Vegas might test your limits. So next up, let's discuss the non-stop nature of Las Vegas. When they say the city never sleeps, they mean it literally. There's a constant buzz of activities that can be exhilarating to some and exhausting to others. Even in residential areas, you're never too far from the action. Imagine hearing slot machines while you're in the grocery store shopping, or seeing billboard trucks advertising shows as you commute to work. The line between the tourist areas and local spots can often be blurred. The 24/7 culture affects daily life in ways you might not expect. Need to run errands at 3 a.m.? No problem, but good luck in finding peace and quiet on a Saturday afternoon. The constant influx of tourists means weekends don't exist in a traditional sense. If you work in the hospitality or entertainment industry, you'll likely be the busiest when everybody else is off. The lifestyle can be great if you're a night owl or love spontaneity, but if you value your routine, quiet evenings or a clear distinction between work and leisure time, Las Vegas might feel a little bit overwhelming. The city's energy is infectious, but it can be draining if you're not prepared for it. Point 3. This is a tourism-driven economy, so let's talk about some money, honey. Las Vegas has a unique economy that's heavily reliant on tourism and hospitality. This can be a double-edged sword. On the plus side, there's always jobs available in hotels and casinos and restaurants and entertainment venues. If you're in one of these industries, you might find more opportunity here than anywhere else in the world. The tips can be fantastic. There's always potential to move up quickly if you're good at what you do. However, this reliance on tourism makes the job market vulnerable. When the economy dips or events impact travel, like the pandemic from a couple of years ago, Las Vegas feels it hard. Many people here work multiple jobs or have side hustles to ensure a little bit of stability. If you're looking for a diverse job market with lots of opportunities in tech, finance, and other sectors, you might find Las Vegas a little bit limiting. Additionally, many jobs involve non-traditional hours. Nice weekends and holidays are often the busiest times. If you're not up for that kind of schedule, your options may be a little bit more limited than you would like. The flip side of the tourism coin is that everyday life can be more expensive than you'd expect. Restaurants, entertainment, some services often have tourist-oriented prices. You'll need to learn to navigate between the tourist traps and the local spots to keep your cost of living manageable. Okay, let's get on to number 4, the cost of living roller coaster. So speaking about that cost of living, let's address another elephant in the room. Las Vegas used to be known as an affordable alternative to places like California, but in recent years, things have changed dramatically. Housing costs have skyrocketed, the median home price has more than doubled in the last decade, and rent isn't far behind. While it's still cheaper than some major cities, it's not the bargain that it once was. And if you're dreaming of a house with a pool, be prepared for some sticker shock. If you really want to see some sticker shock, come to my Thursdays where I go over the local market. You'll see what's going on. Utilities can be a nasty surprise. Keeping your home cool in the summer can lead to electric bills that might make you sweat even more than the heat. Water bills are no joke either, given the scarcity, and we're in the desert. On the plus side, Nevada has no state income tax, which can offset some of these costs. Sales tax is on the higher side, though it's around 8.38% here in Clark County. Food costs can vary widely. If you're dining out, expect to pay tourist prices in many areas. Groceries are generally reasonable, but fresh produce can be pricier due to the transportation costs. Transportation is another factor to consider. Las Vegas is a car-dependent city, and gas prices can be higher than the national average. Public transportation exists, but it isn't as comprehensive as in some other major cities. The key to navigating the cost of living in Las Vegas is learning to live like a local. Find the off-strip gyms, take advantage of locals' discounts, and be prepared to adjust your lifestyle. If you're expecting to live cheaply in Las Vegas, you might be in for a rude awakening, which gets to the next point, point 5. This is the one you didn't think about. It's going to shock you. The water situation. So here's something many people don't consider before moving to Las Vegas. We're in a water crisis. It's a desert out here, folks, and the water is liquid gold. Lake Mead, our primary water source, has been hitting record low levels year after year. You've probably seen those shocking photos of that bathtub ring showing how far the water level has dropped. This isn't a distant problem. It affects daily life here in Las Vegas in real ways. Strict conservation measures are in place. If you love having a lush green lawn, think again. Many neighborhoods have restrictions on landscaping, and there are hefty fines for water waste. That dream of a backyard pool, it might come with more restrictions and costs than you ever expected. It's not just personal use either. The water situation affects everything from agriculture to future development. And believe it or not, we have agriculture here. Some experts even question the long-term viability of the city of this size in the desert. We got other cities in the desert like Phoenix. But while there are ongoing efforts to address the water crisis, it's a constant concern for residents and the city planners alike. On the flip side, Las Vegas is actually one of the most water efficient cities in the country, and that's out of necessity. There are impressive water recycling programs in place, and the city is always looking for new conservation methods. If you're environmentally conscious, you might appreciate the innovative approaches being taken here, but you'll always need to be prepared to make some sacrifices in your water usage. So, did you think about that water when moving to Vegas? Well, there it was. It was shocking, wasn't it? Point number 6, lack of seasons. Oh my goodness. If you're someone who loves the changing seasons, Las Vegas might leave you feeling shortchanged. We essentially have 2 seasons here, hot and not as hot. Forget about watching the leaves change color in the fall and enjoying the foliage, enjoying the first blooms of spring. Winter doesn't bring picturesque snowy landscapes unless you're heading up to Mount Charleston, and spring is often just a brief transition before summer heat kicks in. This lack of seasonal variation can affect you in surprising ways. There is no natural rhythm to the year, which some people find disorienting. Holidays might not feel the same when it's 70 degrees. My Canadian is 21 degrees or so on Christmas Day. And if you're used to seasonal activities like apple picking in the fall or sledding in the winter, you may need to find new traditions. Now, I have to be honest, we do have apple picking. There are farms here in Las Vegas, and they have the stuff. You can go apple picking and pumpkin picking. And, when I talked about Mount Charleston, you can go on up there and guess what? You got the snow. That said, the consistent weather does have its perks. You can plan your outdoor activities year-round without worrying too much about rain or snow. Winters are mild, so you can say goodbye to shoveling driveways or dealing with icy roads or being as bad as it is in places like Chicago, having to save the spot that you dug out. That's why we got so many people from Chicago moving down here. But if you cherish those seasonal changes, if the smell of autumn leaves or the sight of spring flowers brings you joy, you might find yourself missing the natural rhythms of other climates. Some locals combat this by taking seasonal trips to experience the fall colors or winter snow. But it's not quite the same as living with those changes day to day. Point 7, the education system. If you have kids or you're planning to start a family, the next point is crucial. The Nevada public education system constantly ranks near the bottom in national comparison. And Clark County School District, which includes Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, and Henderson, faces significant changes. Overcrowded classrooms are a major issue. It's not uncommon for classes to have 30 or more students, especially in rapidly growing areas. This can mean less individual attention for students and more stress on teachers. Funding is another ongoing problem. Despite recent efforts to improve school funding, Nevada still lags behind other states in per pupil spending. And this affects everything from the availability of resources to the ability to attract and retain quality teachers. Man, this dog, he just wants to be scratched. I want to get my doggy scratched. Speaking of teachers, high turnover rates are a persistent issue. Many teachers, especially new ones, find the large class sizes and other challenges overwhelming. This can lead to inconsistencies in education quality from year to year. That's not to say there aren't bright spots. There are some excellent schools in Las Vegas, particularly in certain areas or among charter or magnet school options. But access to these schools can be competitive, and they might not be conveniently located for everyone. Private schools are an option, but they come with a hefty price tag that can significantly impact your cost of living. And remember, in a tourist-driven economy, private school tuition can be higher than you might expect. If education is a top priority for you, Living in Las Vegas will require extra efforts. You'll need to research schools carefully, possibly consider moving to specific neighborhoods for better schools, or budget for private education. It's not impossible to get a good education here, but it often requires more parental involvement and resources than some other cities. And on to point 8, the gambling culture. I can't talk about Las Vegas without mentioning gambling. It's not just on the Strip, it's woven into the fabric of daily life here in ways that might surprise you. Walk into any grocery store or gas station, you like to see slot machines. Many local bars and restaurants have gaming areas. Even the airport is filled with slot machines. For some, the consistent availability is exciting. For others, it's a relentless temptation. If you have a history of gambling problems, Las Vegas can be a challenging place to live. The ubiquity of gambling opportunities need to have strong boundaries and possibly seek support to avoid falling in old habits. Even if you don't have a gambling problem, the culture can affect you in subtle little ways. It's common for social events to revolve around casinos, work functions, charity events. Even kids' arcade outings often happen in spaces where gambling is present. This can be uncomfortable if you're opposed to gambling for personal or religious reasons. But on the flip side, if you enjoy the occasional gambling as entertainment, you'll have endless opportunities. Many locals take advantage of casino perks like cheaper buffets. They used to be a lot cheaper, and some of these buffets are like $99 now. You have free parking, even though it's not as good as it used to be. But if you're in the military, I got a little secret for you. Ready? Come here. You can get a military card for Caesars or MGM, and you get to park for free all day long. Go get that card. Maybe I'll do a video on military stuff for y'all. And you can have some discounted show tickets. Learning to navigate these offers without overspending can be an art form in itself. The gambling industry also brings some unique job opportunities, from dealers to pit bosses to casino executive. There's a whole career path that doesn't exist in many other cities, but it also means that a significant portion of the local economy is built on an industry that some consider as ethically questionable. Living in Las Vegas doesn't mean you have to gamble, but it does mean coexisting with the culture where gambling is normalized and omnipresent. Whether that's pro or con depends on entirely what your personal perspective is and your habits. So there you have it, the 8 key things to consider when moving to Las Vegas. This city is amazing in many ways, but it's not for everyone. If you love excitement, don't mind the heat, and you're prepared for the unique challenges of living in a tourist-driven desert city, Las Vegas could be your paradise. But if these points we've discussed today sound like a deal breaker to you, it might be worth reconsidering your move. Unless you're in the Air Force, they're going to tell you to come here to Nellis or Creech anyway. You ain't got a choice. Remember, it's always better to know what you're getting into before you make a big lifestyle change. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about these points? Are these any deal breakers for you, or does Las Vegas sound like your kind of town? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're a Las Vegas local, let us know if you agree with this list or if you have something to add. If you need any help in making a smooth move to Las Vegas, call, text, email. My information is below. Better yet, hit that calendar link. If you found this video just a little helpful to you, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content about life in Las Vegas and the surrounding areas. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next video. Until then, thanks for watching. To my fellow military brothers and sisters, Alpha Mike Foxtrot and the rest of you lovely folks, we'll keep the lights on for you.